The only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
Every executive order this president has issued relating to the border and relating to dealing with the Hispanic community is going to be pulled back. We're not going to be fooling with that.
I don't believe for a second we're the nation that builds walls and whips up hysteria over immigration. No one will be deported in my administration.
So I want to play y'all a video that I find very interesting. Now, we know who's running for presidency in November. We know who it is, Joe and Donald Trump. Now, when you go to vote, I want you to remember this video because Joe is pro illegal immigration. He's been at day one. He said it countless times that he wants to repeal Donald Trump's executive orders. He wants to let the flow of illegals come through. He said it time and time and through. He's had these gaffes. He slipped up and he said the truth sometimes. Now I want y'all to watch this video to the end because it's not shocking.
The only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
Every executive order this president has issued relating to the border and relating to dealing with the Hispanic community is going to be pulled back. We're not going to be fooling with that.
I don't believe for a second we're the nation that builds walls and whips up hysteria over immigration. No one will be deported in my administration. First time ever we've told people they can't come to America. That ends. The cage is closed.
Should undocumented immigrants arrested by local police be turned over to immigration officials?
No. Trump's cruel and humane border policies, remain in Mexico program. I mean, all of this is going to take time, not a long time, but it's going to take, you have to be prepared so we don't create another crisis. This is the first time ever you've had to seek asylum in a third country. It's outrageous. It's outrageous.
Most of the people that you deported didn't have a criminal record.
I think it was a big mistake. No one will be deported at all. We're not going to deport anybody who, in fact, has not in this country committed a felony. I would hold ICE agents accountable if, in fact, they stepped over my executive orders, which is you only arrest for the purpose of dealing with a felony that's committed, and I don't count drunk driving as a felony.
ICE is going to go back to school. We got to surge resources to the asylum protectors. There's so much we can do.
I'll reverse Trump's detrimental asylum policies. Raise our target for refugees.
I would immediately, as president, surge to the border. I would end this notion for the first time in history that people seeking asylum have to be in squalor on the other side of the river. I would also surge to the border. Immigration judges to make decisions immediately. And no one would be put in jail while waiting for their hearing.
And those who come seeking asylum, we should immediately have the capacity to absorb them, keep them safe until they can be heard.
A 15-second, if you could, if you wish to answer. Should someone who is here without documents, and that is his only offense, should that person be deported?
That person should not be the focus of deportation. This is the first president in the history of the United States of America that anybody seeking asylum has to do it in another country. That's never happened before in America. That's never happened before in America.
Only felons get deported and everyone else gets to stay.
Yes. The idea that they are being sent home by this guy and they want to do that is they've gone to a country they've never seen before. We owe them. We owe them. We immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come. Rolling back the policies of remain in Mexico, sitting on the edge of the Rio Grande in a muddy circumstance with not enough to eat. I make no apologies for that. I make no apologies for ending programs that did not exist before Trump became president. The only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
The most pro illegal immigration in history ever. This guy takes the cake by a lot. Y'all think Donald Trump was bad? Wait till your streets are full of illegal immigrants begging you for money. Just the other day I was at Lowe's. The lady came up to me and said in Spanish if she can have some money to help her. And I was like, nah, come on now. Don't be coming up to strangers asking for money while they're shopping. If you're going to come here already on illegally already on the dime of the backs of the American people, then you don't expect handouts because you're already getting handouts via our pockets, our checkbooks, our wallet, whether we agree with our president or not, or elected officials who are agreeing with him passing these votes, allowing these illegal immigrants to come across the border, taking up, the fencing, the barricades that Governor Greg Abbott's been putting. Then what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? Would you give them money? Would you help them out? Would you open your home to them? You don't know them. You don't know them. What about all these vets that are out on the streets? These homeless people who are addicted to, fentanyl, heroin, meth. What about all them? We're going to give all these illegals who we don't know, we never done background checks on, they claim an asylum, they have kids that are probably not their kids. Who knows what's happening to the kids? Where are they going? What are they getting sexually assaulted or trafficked? Basically, they are. If you're using the kid to get across the board because it's easier to keep the family together and they're not the family, y'all let me know in the comments what you think about this. Like, comment, subscribe, see you on the next one.